Do you expect justice from the Ruto regime? A regime that will pick a young man, Albert Ojwang, from Homa Bay, bring him to Nairobi, less than a kilometer from where we sit, Central Police Station, they murdered the young man. Then they said he had committed suicide, that he banged his head on the wall until he died. Can you believe such a regime? A regime that shot young people in Kitengela, Charles Owino, Shaquille and his colleagues. Then they hide the bodies and say, these were car accident victims from Juja, and they cover up. We've heard today from Shaquille's parents. They tried to cover up, but they went and found out what had happened. Can you trust a regime like that to do justice? If they were covering up, the police bullets, if they had not been found lodged in the heads of these young people, we would never have known their story. And that is why today I want to thank, I don't know where Ben is, and the young people, the brains behind this organization. We salute you, and we salute all the courageous young people who, through their brilliant ideas such as this, and through their rage, backed by their courage, who came out to face this ignoble regime. Today, we also thank J.B. Muturi and this team for accepting to take the onerous task, because it is not easy. And just starting from what we have heard here, there are many Kenyans whose stories are still untold, who would want to come up and open up and speak and let their stories be heard, because this government will always try to cover up the truth. But through a system that we are setting up, truth will come out and justice will be done. And even if it's not done by this regime, as your incoming government, we want to give you our word, justice will be done. So the work you'll be doing is not just academic work. From what you're doing in the next 12 or 15 or so months, we have no doubt from every corner of Kenya, we have heard Kenyans speaking loud and clear that this regime will be a one-term regime. And if it's a one-term regime, it means it's a regime that has less than 2 years. By the time this commission completes its work, we will be ready under the new regime to implement the work that you are going to be doing. And we will, because one thing we have said as the People's United Opposition, there are 3 things we are seeking. Unity, liberation of this country from this corrupt, bloodletting regime. But the last thing we must do is restore our country and its lost glory. And the process of restoration starts with plans such as this, because justice cannot be done by this regime. We need to restore hope by the people of this republic in our key institutions, the judiciary, parliament that has been captured. There's completely loss of faith in this parliament because it was captured. So today, even as we launch this commission on the restoration of justice, we want to say we must learn from our lessons. I was the Minister of Justice in the Kibaki regime, and when I took over that ministry, the Truth, Justice and Reconciliation Commission had been paralyzed. There was an attempt to abort that commission, the Kiplagat, Ambassador Kiplagat Commission. We were able to work around the clock to get the TJRC Commission to complete its work, to compile its report, and to submit this report to the President, Mwai Kibaki, Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, and Prime Minister Raila Odinga. I was a member of the 10th Parliament, And J.B. Muturi is right, because after that report was presented, in the 11th Parliament, some things happened that actually made sure that report was never implemented. These are some of the steps we must take outside the regime that is unwilling to do justice, and through such innovative means, we will be able to achieve it.